This is a masterclass lesson 2 combo math. Essentially, it's more of end game combo math or combat math. So, using this gameplay that I had, where illustrates very well my play style. Let's see. So as you see, right off the bat, I of course used my opponent went first, so he had an energy exhaust. But if he had the ability to tap the energy, because if it wasn't a multicolor energy, he would have had an energy he could have used to tap to make a turn one play, like a one drop, like a blocker or something like that, or play something else, researcher, or which typically happens, or just keep it up for like a negate or something. But but mainly I expect like a one drop searcher or some type of one drop. So that way I can obviously, you see I have Legic, so I can get Legic out there, and then do the chomp leader, double strike damage to my opponent's leader, and then go in with the Legic. So I actually would have dealt 4 damage this turn if he did have at least a one drop for my Legic play. But you can see I do have a E Supreme Kai Legic ready for the following turn to essentially try to get that 3 damage in there. Technically 4 if I use my leader ability. But you can see right off the bat, 20k double strike. Really good number off the bat on turn 1. So it's first initial blood. Let me put this up. So the first initial for turn 1 is first blood or initial damage phase. Then you want to go turn 2 is the stall phase, which you'll be able to see. So of course, I'm tapping out turn 1, running the rest of my opponent, trying to give me some damage, because of course he'll have 2 energies, and of course he could play maybe a 2 drop or something. He'll be able to put a body on board as well as use his leader swing. So now I have to, since I'm tapped out, obviously I won't be able to defend with a negate or something like that against a leader swing. So he plays the body, so you got that. Obviously that was for free because he milled it. He swings with the leader. I don't stop it, so I take the hit. So down to 6. I was down to 7 because obviously I used my effect, which is why he was down to 5, and now he's down to 4 because of his own ability. So now he's down to 4. He awakened, which is why he has 2 energy up. He combos. Apparently that hit is very important to him. He combos. So now he was able to do 2 damage that turn. So of course I have the mathematical advantage. As you can see, I'm at 5, he's at 4. And that's good because I dealt him more damage than he dealt me. And then of course he dealt himself extra damage, so there's that. Now I'm down to 4. He's down to 4, so we're even. But a lot of times I'll still be at 6 life. Or depending on what deck I am, I could still be at 8 life at that point in time. When my opponent, will either still have 5 life or they'll be at 4 life. So now my turn. I play my energy. I start at 4. So you got my Legic play now. Got the 2 energy up. So this will be the turn 2, right? Stall phase for me. Attack with leader, I draw. I count I count drawing as combo power because you don't really want to use what's in your hand per se. That's why it's really good to have a leader that draws, because essentially that's just free combo power. You don't have to give up resources, you don't have to give up hand size or hand advantage. in order to boost your attack, but I don't typically want to boost my attack I'd rather save combo for when I defend, not for when I attack. So obviously, this was, like I said, there's a stall. So since I want to get rid of his battle card to help me stall, you know, to further slow down the game. Obviously, I'm trying to slow the game down, but also, you know, try to get some damage in. But this turn is mainly the you know, the turn where I, you know, try to maintain board presence and get rid of any potential threats that might be used later, because my opponent's about to go to turn 3. Alright, so you see I was able to deal damage to my opponents at turn 3, and they didn't charge. Didn't know they didn't charge. And of course I go for my topo, see, it's a stall. So I kept my energy up for topo, and I got the extra turn. So there's the stall phase. Trying to get to turn 3. Now I'm on turn 3. Let's pay my energy. Now as you can see, my opponent is at 3 life. That's normal. 3 to 2 life is what I try to get my opponent to by turn 3. So that way on turn 4, you know, kill shot or the kill turn. So of course I swing. Fortunate for me here, I have a topo play, but normally I would have I would either try to combo or let my opponent deal me damage, because, you know, I have cushion. Especially if I have 6 life, I'll let them hit me for 2 at least by this phase, and then on my turn, you know, drop a Legic or something. That way, the idea is to have the leader and at least a body to swing with, but still have mana up. So that's where the Ledger would come in. But fortunate for me, I had the topo play, so topo is a better Legic in this scenario, obviously. So I'd rather have Legic. I mean, topo. As you can see, this is turn 3. Normally, turn 4 is the kill turn, but hey, when you got game, you got game, right? So right here is where the combo math comes in, because as you can see, he has 6 cards in his hands, and you always want your opponent's hand to be 6 or less. You want your hands to be, you know, at least 5, 6 cards. Always take into account that, of course, your leader swing will plus you a card, so that's always useful, especially if it has the draw ability. So that'll plus you a card, so that will help you, you know, balance up your hand advantage. And of course, always you want to reduce. You want to prevent comboing as much. Like I said, I prefer to combo to defend than to attack. That's why sometimes I won't combo to defend, because I want to take the hit, so that way I can add those cards to my hand, obviously, and use it for when I attack and combo into attack. Like, I don't mind comboing when I'm going for game. Obviously, that's the best time to combo is for game, but not for just like any other turn, unless it's, you know, Isoprene Kai or Chomp or something. Then that's always the best thing to combo. Or if the card has some special ability, when you combo it, it's obviously worth using, because that's why you have it for that purpose. But other than that, you normally don't want to combo anything, because obviously all these cards have use. Like, I don't want to combo my negates. I'd rather keep my negates. You know, want to stay in the game as long as possible so I can get that W, right? So here's the combo math. So mathematically, the minimum, let me bring this back up. The minimum you want to assume is your opponent has 5k per card in the hand. So right here, you have roughly 30k power. Then you take the opponent's leader's Awaken. He's 15k, so 30 and 15 is 45k. So the best he can do is 45k, which means I need to be 50k, right, in order to guarantee my hit. But this could be more than 50. This could be more than 30k right here. Right? That could be more than 30k, because it could be a maximum of 10k per card in hand. Now you can go, I guess max, right? Where he could have, because you see possible 4 super combos. So you could possibly have 4 super combos. So that would inherently be 40k, right? Just from 4 cards. Then he'll have plus the 2 like 5ks, right? Plus 2x 5K plus the super combos potentially giving him minimum, obviously 5K more. So you can say 4x 5Ks more. So 40K power for the 4 super combos plus the 2 extra 5K. So that's 40 plus 10. So that's 50K. So that's 50K combo power. Then the potential of 4 times 5, that's 20K, potential extra 20K. So 50 plus 20, 70. So if he has 4 super combos in his hands, he could go up to 70 combo power. So then you take that 70 plus the 15K from his leader, that's 85K. And again, that's potential. That's like super max right there. That's max, right? That's no, we'll just call it super max. That's super maximum. That's super maximum combo potential right there in that current 6-card hand. But right now, let's just assume that he has a potential. So right now, if these are all 5Ks, then he only has 45K. So me going 50K would be enough. Now we'll want this number, this hand size to be smaller, the number to be smaller, but typically this is the best case scenario is this. If he had an extra card, let's say he has 7 cards, so an extra 5K, then that will allow him to, since he already can do 45, the extra 5K will allow him to get to 50. But since I'm 50, my attack was still a hit. So if he had another 5K, so if he had 8 cards in his hand, 8 cards tend to be tough. So if he has 8 cards in his hand, that is a potential of 55K, right? Because it's 10, 20, 30, 40 plus yeah, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. So that'd be 40K plus the leader. So that's 55K, which would be 5K more than my 50K, which would be enough to block. But he doesn't have those 2 extra cards. So since right here, if we assume this is 30K, then it's 45K here, so 50K is good. So I'm counting on this being 30K worth. But even if 2 of these were, let's say one of these was a 10K, it costs 1 energy, so you got 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, right? Did I even do that? 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, and then 10, 50. So 50. So even so, still 50 versus 50, my attack will still go through. Even if I had the extra 5K, yeah. Because he would need an extra 5K. So yeah, that added up, right? So since he has 1 energy up, that will work. That will work out to that number. So he would need a super combo plus a regular 10K or something. But you get the idea. You always want your opponent to have less cards, and you want to maximum assumption. I mean, there is the minimum, but I always go with the maximum, which is potential 10K. I always assume 10K, 0 cost. So I treat all of these as potential super combos. So right there is 60 plus the leader, that's 75K, but I can only produce 50K. So that's not in my favor. But the odds of that, though, the odds of all 6 of those cards being 10K and being 0 cost is very low, considering the fact that there's only 4 super combos per deck, so the likelihood of that is limited, is lower, especially if the person playing a 60 card deck. It greatly decreases the possibility of 4 super combos in the hand. But with a mill strategy, obviously you're reducing the deck drastically, so that's, there's certain factors to take in. But for simplicity's sake, you want to assume that they, every card in the hand is essentially a 10K combo power, because that makes you not underestimate your opponent's ability to combo out. You always want to overestimate your opponent's ability to combo out. You want to assume that they always can combo out, and you want to put as much effort into making it where they can't. And that concept is relatively simple, obviously. That's why there's always that scenario where you definitely want to be in a situation where you ramp up your energy. That's where ramp strategies come in. The ability to untap energy, like with Senzu Beans and Leader Awakening abilities and stuff like that, so that we can have these energies up, so you can use these energies to play your big cards combo power, because they have 10k combo power, but you have to pay an energy. The Structure Champa, E Supreme Kind, they cost 1 energy, but you're getting 10k combo power, so you gotta consider them like 2 cards per each of them. So right here I got 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards, so that's 2, 4, 6, put 10, 5k combo basically, right? 2, 4, 6 cards right there, plus these 2 cards, so that's 8. So I'm working with 8 cards versus my opponent's essential 6 cards, if you assume all these are 5ks, right? So right here, obviously I got 10k, 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 that's 30, plus these, that's 40, plus my swinger, my attacker, is also 20k, so that's 10, 20, 30, 50, then 60. So I have 60 potential damage right here. Obviously I only have 1 energy, so I can only use 1 of these, so it drops me down to 50. So instead of being 60k, I am down to, what did I tap 2 energy? What was the 2 energies for? I know 1 is for this. What happened? Oh, okay. That's what it was. Okay, I Champa. Yeah, that's what it was. I definitely. So this could have been no, this wouldn't be the kill shot. This is what got me close to the kill shot. That's what was bang, bang. That's what got me there. I was wondering why I was tapped out. Oh, because I had Champa'd already. So I had 25k double strike my opponent, which is what got me to the kill range, and then I was going with the Topo, and that's where all this came. I was wondering why. Okay, that's what it was. I had to make sure I got him into kill range. So here's me going for game, obviously kill range. So there's where the combo map goes. As you can see, these 4 stages here: turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Obviously, yes, it's the game plan. It's what I use. Most other people probably have the same strategy where turn 1 you're trying to do as much damage as you can, 2 to 3, and then turn 2 try to get at least 1 or 2 damage in there or more. If you can turn 2 kill them, then you can turn 2 kill them, but if not, get whatever you can, but make sure you stall, because you want to make sure you get to your turn 3, because your opponent's going to get to their turn 3 before you do. So that's where you want to stall. You want to stall them on their turn 3. Don't let them take advantage of turn 3, and then you go to your turn 3, which allows you to strategize, figure out if you have to switch up to control or control style, depending on what your opponent did on their turn 3. But then sometimes you're just going to set up for turn 4. Turn 4 win, your turn 4 win condition, or your end game or kill turn. But as you can see, you can win on turn 3, with the right hand. And then the combo map, of course, comes in handy, because this turn I wouldn't have gone for game if it wasn't for the fact that I'm like, you know what? Let me see. Because all I really was going to do was just attack with the leader, and then double strike and see what happens. And I was expecting him to block that, but he didn't. He took it, and I'm like, could this be the kill turn? Right? Because for me, turn 4 is the kill turn, but could this be the kill turn? So then that's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to do the combo math. I'm going to see if I can make sure, or at least have a rough, this is more of a rough estimate than a precise science, right? A rough estimate of the potential of my attack going through for the kill turn, which, didn't work out. So 50k double strike, swing into his leader. He has 1 energy up, and he has 6 cards in his hand. from what I can surmise, because I was expecting him to try, he just went straight GG. It's like, okay, that's all you had. So there's now of course there's the minus concept where you assume that half their hand is extra cards or unisons or things that don't have combo power. So then technically the minimum he'll have 15 combo power, or max, and the maximum will be like 30 combo power. So of course if we go maximum 30 combo power plus the leader, that's only 45k. But since I went to 50, 50k, 3 cards, it's not going to be enough to stop this, because I'm 50k and he's 10k short. Anything's possible. But to simplify this concept is using a card that lets you look at your opponent's hand. Gotta love those types of cards. It makes the combo math easier when you literally know what your opponent has in their hand, how much they can and can't combo, and then go for game, because you can out combo them. But it does help to have stuff that can boost your attack. There are cards that when you combo with a specific color battle card that gives you an extra 5k combo power, so they're kind of like super combos in a way. And then there is super combo, you can add that into it, of course. Then there's of course all the 10Ks that you pay energy for, so that's the importance of being able to keep up as much energy as possible. Because I mean, with 3 energy, you can obviously guarantee 30k right there, especially with Topo, getting to 50k, and then throw in 2 extra 5ks, getting to 60k. If you can put in more, making 70k, you get the idea. Go further beyond. Another thing that's important is always to try to focus on your leader. Your leader is your main attacker, should be your main attacker, and a lot of times should be your win con. But it doesn't hurt to have other win cons in your deck. But your leader should be your finisher. A lot of people try not to use their leader as their finisher, but you always should consider your leader as a finisher, because you never know, you might literally be in a situation where your leader is the only one that can win the game for you. And that should do it for this part of combo math. That's the end of the video.